Now, earlier this month, we announced one of the most highly anticipated partnerships in Australian e-commerce, making fulfilment and shipping management easier for the thousands of businesses using My Post Business. Needless to say, I'm talking about Australia Post's partnership with Shopify. I'm thrilled to be joined by Shopify APAC Managing Director, Shaun Broughton. Shaun leads Shopify across Asia Pacific, helping thousands of businesses scale and succeed in a rapidly changing retail environment. He's also held senior leadership roles at Microsoft, LinkedIn and Lego, so he knows what it takes to grow in the digital age. So welcome, Shaun. It's great to have you here today.
Thanks for having me, Gary. It's wonderful to be a part of an event like this and to be part of this wonderful strategic partnership that we're both kicking off.
Yeah, and just on that note, let's start with the big news. So we've partnered to streamline the fulfillment process. What does this mean for retailers in practice?
I think it's wonderful when you see two, market dominant players come together and sit down as partners and think, how can we streamline and help our customers together jointly? And I think that we've really been able to do that with this partnership. Little bit about me. My wife actually is a retailer. She's got a fashion boutique. She's a small business owner. She has a Shopify store.
And an Australia Post customer, I hope.
An Australia Post customer. So she is online with Shopify and she's all physical retail and point of sale too. And so I live and breathe feedback daily, not about just your service, but my service also. And so I think what this partnership does, it really gives the gift of time back. And if I think about the struggles that small to medium, large, any business has, there's two big buckets. There's cash flow and there's time and just the priorities. And so she's back of house, she's HR, she's marketing, she's sales, she's the buyer. So how can we work together to think about ways to streamline and help them optimize their businesses? And so I think we've really been able to do that. And a lot of that is, for example, is what this partnership will do will be speed at scale. So you talked about labels just a bit earlier. Printing hundreds and hundreds of shipping labels with all of the order details pre-populated and filled out. Like that is a massive time saver. There'll be the ability to have one login screen within the Shopify admin. And so we've all got those friends that have like crazy amounts of windows open. This will be one place where you will be able to order shipments, you'll be able to track your shipments, and you'll also be able to print your labels all in one simple place. And then I think what part that I'm probably the most excited about is how do we help our customers have a better experience? And this enables the Shopify app. So they will be able to go in, get real-time updates on their order, their shipment, where it is.
Well, that's all great. And it really sort of resonates with me when I visit small businesses and they're time poor and they have to be a jack of all trades. It's really challenging. And of course, we then head into peak and it gets even busier. And we're getting to that pointy end of the year now. So, how can we support customers to navigate the shopping season with reliable delivery and scalable solutions? So, why now as we head into peak, why is this relationship or this partnership so important?
I think it's really well timed because loyalty, trust and repeat customers are won during fulfillment. The sale doesn't stop as soon as they hit the buy button. It's just the beginning. And so that trust is earned. And I think right in this environment right now, $1 is worth a lot right now, as we know. And so being able to fulfill on that promise is absolutely imperative. And so this will help not only the customers have much more trust in the exchange with retailers because they're able to see clearly what's happening with their purchase, but it's also give, as I said, merchants and retailers time back. That time back is important. So a lot of that administration that I talked about will give time back to businesses to do what we'd started for, the product that you built, that you love, that you want to take to market. Spend time on that product, spend more time marketing, spend more time talking to your customers, spend more time with your partners, that gift of time. So I think that's really, really important. And I think ultimately, shipping and fulfillment, it's a sales enhancement. It's a power. When it's done right, it helps sales. It's not just some back office task, it's imperative.
And it's interesting you say that because one of the statistics in our online shopping report for 2024, so with the 12 months before now, is that 85% of shoppers across all generations say that a reliable delivery experience will be the most important factor in trusting online retailers in the next 5 years. So the fulfillment piece, and then we often say last mile is an extension of the brand of the retailer, and obviously the role you play with the retailer is critical too. So it's a great partnership that brings all that together.
Absolutely.
So specifically then, obviously there's fulfillment, but you work with thousands of retailers, both here and around the world. So what are your top tips for e-commerce businesses wanting to maximise peak performance this year? What are some of the things you think they can do?
Don't throw anything at me, but AI. Like everyone hears a lot about it, but I really do think that I think it's going to be a lot of the same stuff you'll see this this sale period. But I think how do you get creative and leverage what has changed a lot since this time last year? And there's some simple ways to do that. There's, think about customer service. There's a lot of amazing AI chatbots out there that will help you, again, provide maybe a better experience to your customers and give you time back to put valuable resources than other areas of the business. So I think that's imperative. Even within Shopify, we have an AI product called Copilot. It's crazy. And so my wife's store, I'll give it some real life examples, probably help people. When you run analytics now, it is done in seconds. You're not pulling out Excel sheets and trying to run your own data or even use it like anything you want, like for like, any sales data, sales history, it's great at that. It can review your website and provide you suggestions on what you should do to optimize your own site. It's great. Peak season coming up. We were talking about what should my wife do when we think about bundles. Go into Copilot, ask it for a recommendation based on stock holdings, margin, and the time of year. What are some bundles that you think that we should look at? And it's not perfect, but man, it's really close to it, and it gives you a lot of a foundational start to do that. And I think just thinking differently, I think last year we saw a 23% increase in basket size during peak season. And so it's not just about going on price, it's about adding value. And so I think thinking about loyalty and reward programs, how do you add value with gifts with purchase? How do you add, I think that's really important. I'm trying to think of real life example, July bags. I don't know I think they're Melbourne based actually.
They are.
A great company. And I think if you watch what they do every year, and they're a customer of ours too, so I see it all the time, they are really creative of how they add value to the purchase. They never really discount during that time of the year. They're thinking of ways creatively to add value to their customers. And I think there's some good examples out there to think about that.
And my sense is, as you said, not perfect yet, but directionally there, and we have to start experimenting with AI and test and learn, because it's going to be critical, give us the edge.
Absolutely, and like you said, it's peak season. This is the time to win customers. This is the time to build that loyalty base. This is that time to have a repeat customer come back and unlock the holy grail, which is word of mouth. And so it's important.
We see that during peak in terms of, good performance over peak. I'm sure for your customers, results in stickier customers post-peak. That they have it's prime time for them, so it's critical that they have a great experience where they often earn most of their profit. And I'm sure you see that with your customers too.
Yep.
Okay, so Shopify has been all about democratizing, opening it up to the small business and helping small businesses thrive. And you're well known in the B2B, SMB and B2C space. We've noticed you're gaining traction with larger enterprises in Australia, including some of our mutual customers. And even potentially expanding into B2B. So can you share more about your strategy and capability in serving those segments?
Yeah, so I think those that are familiar with Shopify, the tagline that we have everywhere is make commerce better for everyone, and that means everyone. And so I think what we've really focused on with the larger, more complex merchants is stretching up into that segment, and I think we've invested a lot and we've got the right partnerships. And when you get into that more complexity of big box, large retailing, you need a really secure and solid partner network around you. So we've invested a lot in having the right partners in the market here to support those merchants. And I think if I think about it, more examples, JB Hi-Fi has been with Shopify for a long time now, probably about 7 to 8 years now. They've just brought over the Good Guys business. And so I think for me, I'm really proud of that moment, because there's not much better of a nod of confidence for when one company brings their other brand onto the platform. So we're gaining a lot of traction in that area, and a huge thanks to our partners that are helping us do that.
Well, thank you, Shaun. And look, firstly, good luck to your wife for peak, and I guess to all your customers. And we can't wait to evolve this partnership with you further. So I know there's a lot of opportunity ahead of us. So please thank Shaun.
Thanks, Gary.
Now, for those who'd like to learn more about how to connect your MyPost business and Shopify accounts, you'll find in your webinar console with all the information you need. So we encourage you to click through and get started today.
Let's go! At AusPost, we keep delivering even after the whistle, right through the weekends. Sure, it might be after business hours, but peak season's not over till the last parcel's delivered. Peak sale season's coming. For smooth sending, it's time to practice best practice. Smart packaging, clear labelling, on-time manifesting. Let's go.